Hey everybody, I want to do a quick initial review of a Black Arch holster I ordered about 5 days ago and just received in the mail. Before we get started on that, I want to assure everybody that everything on the tabletop is clear, nothing in the magazines. Again, everything is clear and there is nothing in the magazines. Before we get to the new holster, I want to tell you about this Black Arch holster. I purchased this in 2012. And this was my everyday carry for several years until I really moved on to other things. It's your typical Kydex, leather, dual clip with adjustable cant inside the waistband holster. Over 8 years, the only thing I've had to do is replace these compression washers in here and these retention screws. I had to get shorter screws just to tighten this up, just to get the retention back to where I was comfortable with it. After 8 years, it starts to loosen up a little bit. And by the way, when you replace these retention screws, put a little dab of the blue Loctite on there just to keep things in place and so you don't lose anything. But this holster here is what brought me back to Black Arch. I've recently picked up a G30 and I was looking for a holster and I saw how far along Black Arch had come as far as their product development, so I decided to give them another try. I have some single clip inside the waistband holsters that are very comfortable, but when I get to the G30 and the G19 size, I prefer a dual clip. This is the Black Arch dual clip Protos-M with dry matrix breathable backer. And this is in dark earth, brown, and olive drab, and they have a variety of colors that you can choose from. You can also choose your belt clips, whether you want steel or the composite. I prefer steel just because it's what I'm comfortable with and what I've used forever. Now this fits a 1.5 inch to 1 3/4 inch belt, and I have a 1.5 inch Kydex reinforced leather belt from Comtac, and I'm sure this is going to fit on there perfectly. Now Black Arch says that this is a unmatched comfort. The flexibility of the dry matrix ensures that your holster adapts to you while keeping both you and your gun dry. And they also say their patent pending 3/4 hybrid system gets consistent retention and adjustable retention. So what they're talking about there is this 3/4 that wraps around your trigger guard here. And other than that, you have 3 on this side adjustable, 1 on this side adjustable. Comparing to the old holster, see, this is riveted on this side and you only have 2 adjustment points on the other side. So a lot more adjustability as far as retention goes on the new holster. Now the only thing that I have to question is why they went to the Phillips head screws rather than the Allen head and the grommet. I don't know if you can pick that up, but there's Allen head screws and a grommet. It gives you a lot smoother. Sure, you have to get an Allen head wrench out to make your adjustments, but to me it's a much cleaner look. So you can adjust the cant, the ride height, and the retention to get your perfect fit. And again, you have 3 on this side and 1 on this side, but I don't know if you can see how big these compression washers are. They're huge. So you have a lot of adjustability in this. I've only had this in a couple times, but you can tell that thing is crazy retained in there. Now, you may not want your retention quite that strong, and all you have to do is back out some of those screws a little bit. But they also say this is among the smallest in the industry. Now, there's not a lot of difference between a 30 and a 19, but look at the size difference in these holsters. One that's 8 years old versus what they got out today. I think this is going to be a good addition. Now, if you want to pick up another picky thing, is the thread on the stitching's a little loose here. I can burn that off. And down here, there's a couple places where the thread isn't as tight as it should be, where it's sewn the front piece of leather to the backing piece of leather, is sandwiching this breathable fabric between those 2 leathers. So there is a little bit of, you're paying about $100 for this holster. But as you can see, there's a little bit of loose stitching down there. Now this shell can be removed and put on their other backers. Personally, I doubt I would ever change the backers. I'd probably just pick up another holster just to make it quick and easy when you're getting ready to go out the door. But at least you have that option. Again, this is the Protos-M Black Arch holster. And I'm going to start using this thing as soon as I put some more rounds through this G30. But if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching, y'all.